The students come to school sometimes without pencil and pen. So they ask from the teacher, can I have a pencil or can I have a pen? Or if the teacher asks them to go and bring it, and they take all day.
Welcome to EdForum, a show where we explore ideas and innovations in Adventist education. Let's get started. Here's your host, Mel Wade.
When one thinks about a tropical isle, they usually think about sitting on a white sandy beach with a drink in their hand and enjoying a tropical breeze. What they don't think about is the island of Ebeye in the Marshall Islands. At just over a mile long and 250 yards wide, this island is home to over 15,000 people and the Ebeye Seventh-day Adventist School. Today we have the opportunity to talk to Sathiya, the principal of Ebeye Seventh-day Adventist School, about the challenges of running a school in that environment.
Our school is from pre-K to grade 12. K to 12.
Okay.
And we have 322 students and 18 teachers all over the world. Like last year we had 10 countries missionaries. Yeah. And the school situation is we don't have a proper building and no proper classrooms. Our classrooms are leaking, no proper windows and doors are broken.
How long has that building been there?
It has been there since 1980, since they start the school, I think so.
Is it the same building or have they rebuilt parts of it?
Last year they built the building for the first floor they had a nice concrete and a strong building, but they did not finish the building. And therefore the iron bars are hanging all over the place and students are pulling here and they are pushing and breaking, and same time those iron bars are not strong because of the salty water, salty air, and it rusted. It's not permanent. It's not a safety for the kids too.
Yeah, so one thing I think that people don't always realize who haven't been in a place like Ebeye is that because you're so close to the ocean's all around you. It's such a small island that there's always salt in the air. So anything that's
Yes.
metal just rusts. So how long does
Yes.
a car last on Ebeye? If you buy a brand new car, how long does it last before it rusts to pieces?
Maximum, I think they take for 3 years.
3 years. Okay. Yeah, so you get a brand new car and you drive it around. In 3 years, the engine will still run, but the car is rusted to pieces just because all the salt in the air, right?
Yes,
So you
that's
have
right.
to build if you're going to build a building, you have to build things very differently, anything that you built there. When we talk about teaching a class in America, we think about the things that we do in teaching a class, and we have a nice whiteboard, and we have a photocopier down the hall, and we make photocopies, and we have textbooks. How is it different there teaching a class?
Here is the teaching is totally difficult. The thing is, we don't have a proper teaching materials and as well as school supplies. When we go to the classroom should have a proper instructional materials in order to have a proper environment and as well as help the student to learn effectively. But when we come to this EY, when you go inside the classroom, there is no whiteboard. We are still depending on the chalk, and those chalk we have to go to the shop and buy. Sometimes there is no supplies in the shop, and it's very hard and a difficult situation. Another thing is also some of the teachers and as well as we need to print the material for the student to uh, hand over the materials for them to learn more. Then we don't have a photocopy papers, and as well as we bought one photocopy machine, but very difficult for us to buy paper. We buy papers for certain bundles of papers, boxes. Within 1 or 2 weeks, it will get over. Then when we go to the shop again to buy, then the shop we cannot find any papers or any paper box. Then we have to wait for another shipment to come. So by the time when we help the teacher, so there are a lot of problems because of classroom management. Students are not learning. They don't have a proper instructional material. This is one of the difficulties when we come to the classroom.
So you're saying to me that you don't have paper for the students to write on, and you don't have
Yeah,
chalk for the teachers to write on the chalkboard a lot of the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Wow.
And we don't have a proper board also. We don't have a bulletin boards.
No bulletin boards. Okay.
No bulletin boards, no chalkboard.
So,
We have a chalkboard, but it's not like a classroom chalkboard. The students come to the school sometimes without pencil and pen. So they ask from the teacher, can I have a pencil or can I have a pen? Or if the teacher asks them to go and bring it, and they take all day. We are spending from the apartment $200 for $500 for a week. It cost $2,000 for a month only for the apartment, for the teacher's apartment. And apart from the apartment that we have in our school, almost $1,000, $1,000. So total amount is around $3,000 per a month for electricity bill. If we have a solar panel, solar system, then we can consume a lot of power cost. Frequently that electricity, when you stay on islands, there is no proper electricity system, and we most of the time there is no power, the teachers and as well as workers, and the school system sometimes it doesn't function, even though we have a photocopy machine or photocopy papers or anything. Apart from that, it's very hard to run without power. And we also need to renovate and as well as provide the facilities for the teachers to stay at the apartment. I know the people who come from the different part of the world, they have lived in a comfortable life or different
mhm.
lifestyle in their own home. But when they come to e-bikes, they face a lot of difficulties, staying, eating food, and as well as the environment, crowdy and all noisy. But if we provide them in a comfortable place to stay and with good furnitures and as well as comfortable apartments, it will be wonderful. The thing is, a lot of broken families, the students who come from the broken families, they don't have a parents care. Students come to the classroom, to the school, especially when they come to school without food, and they parents who got married or have had a teenage pregnancy, and they come to this school or this community they are living. And as Christians, as a missionary, we are here to help them to have a wonderful life, and as well as help them to be a good citizens, to take care of the lot of responsibility of this world. And I want to say thank you so much for Southern Union, especially we are partnership with them. We are looking forward to see and as well as how we work together to make this place is a wonderful place for the students as well as this community.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of EdForum. Be sure to visit us online at edforum.adventist.org, where you can subscribe to the show on YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher, or via RSS so you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, if you found value in the show, we'd appreciate giving us a thumbs up and rating us on iTunes. Or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us out too.